Terrible, terrible, terrible. These three judges needs to be investigated once again. Dave Moretti, Steve Wyford, and Tim Cheatham. Okay? They all need to be investigated for Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight. Gervonta Tank Davis is a superstar within the sport of boxing. He now has 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He took on and defeated former undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who is now 23 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. In this fight, Gervonta Tank Davis got a 7th round stoppage knockout victory over Ryan Garcia to the body. But prior to that, Gervonta Tank Davis, he dropped Ryan Garcia with a beautiful counter left hand. And these three judges, Tim Cheatham, Dave Moretti, and Steve Weisfeld, all decided that they did not see a knockdown in that round. So you have two of these guys saying that it was, you have Tim Cheatham and you have Steve Weisfeld saying it was a 10-9 round. And then you have Dave Moretti said that it was a 10-10 round. Okay? So if this would have went to the scorecards, it's abundantly clear where this direction was going to go. This is terrible. There is no place for this in the sport of boxing. Look at this. Bang. Beautiful counter left hand knockdown from Gervonta Tank Davis, dropping Ryan Garcia. And yet, somehow, these three judges sitting ringside with the best view in the house decided that they didn't see a knockdown and that they actually saw Ryan Garcia win this round or make it competitive. This is the disgrace to the sport of boxing. This is a disgrace to the fighters who risk it all when they step through those ropes. It's a disgrace and misleading to the fans that are watching, because it's clear the agenda that was going to take place should this fight have made it to the 12th round and been remotely competitive. If this fight was remotely competitive, even if it wasn't, but if it was remotely competitive and made it to the 12th round, Gervonta Tank Davis was going to lose this fight. They were going to turn a blind eye to Gervonta Tank Davis's accomplishments in this fight. They were going to turn a blind eye to his success in this fight. We saw where this was going. If they bluntly, knowingly, that the fans and everybody is going to be made aware of their scorecards, okay, and be able to view their scorecards with their government names on it, okay, and they decided that even though they were in the know, that they was going to pretend that they didn't see that Ryan Garcia was dropped with a brutal left hand in the second round. They were going to turn a blind eye, bluntly letting you know what direction they were going in, bluntly letting you know what this fight meant for Ryan Garcia and for the sport of boxing. They wanted Ryan Garcia to be the face of the sport of boxing, not Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, maybe it has something to do with Gervonta Tank Davis's situations outside the sport of boxing. But what he does in that square circle, you have to judge for what he does in the square circle. If he's beating a fighter, I thought he won every single round outside the first round. And the first round I gave to Ryan Garcia just simply because Gervonta Tank Davis decided not to let his hands go. It was a filling out process, right? That's simply what it was. It was a feeling out process. And so he didn't let his hands go. Outside of that, I thought Gervonta Tank Davis won every single round. But yet these judges did not. because they had an agenda going into the fight. Their minds was already made up before this fight started. And that's a shame. It's a crying shame to the fans that spend their hard-earned money to watch and support these fights, whether it's on pay-per-view, whether it's in person. There was seats in Section A that was $60,000 for this fight. I'm going to say it to you again. There were seats in Section A that was $60,000. $60,000. Imagine paying $60,000 and you're a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis and you watch him put on a masterclass performance and it gets to the 12th round and the judge says, well, we saw Tank Davis lose this fight. When no one in the world with any kind of boxing knowledge and understand what they're looking at would say that Ryan Garcia was winning this fight. But these judges bluntly let you know what agenda they had. Bluntly. This is not alleged because we see right here Gervonta Tank Davis blister Ryan Garcia and drop Ryan Garcia. We see this. You understand? And yet they still decided to say, well, you know what? That didn't happen. They erased a complete knockdown in this fight. They erased a complete knockdown in this fight. This wasn't a slip. This wasn't a debate. He got blistered. He got absolutely tattooed and dropped. And he's admitting of it. It wasn't a slip or was it a push and they wasn't sure. No, he got absolutely blistered and dropped. And yet these two judges, well, three, okay, two judges see it a 10-9 round. That's terrible because any knock time is a knockdown. It's a 10-8 round, regardless of how competitive the other fighter is. Unless he gets up and starts seriously hurting his opponent, never knocks him down, and then he somehow evens out the round. But how could you see a 10-10 round? How did you see this round as a draw? So without the knockdown, this was going to be a 10-8 round for Ryan Garcia in the eyes of Dave Moretti. This was going to be a 10-8 round without a knockdown. Ryan Garcia didn't have to knock down Tank because Tank getting a knockdown evened out the round for Dave Moretti. Let me say it to you again. Without the knockdown. So they had it a 10-8 round in favor of Ryan Garcia. So when Tank dropped Ryan Garcia, he got his 2 points back and that evened up the round. This is disgusting. There's no place for this. This is a disgrace. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's disappointing. It's a disgrace. It's irresponsible. It's misleading. There's no place for this in the sport of boxing. It just isn't. Because fans need to be respected. Whether they're fans of Ryan Garcia, whether they're fans of Gervonta Tank Davis. The fans, the consumers, they need to be respected. They need to be treated well. They need not to be duped because that's what happens. You're duking the fans because you're telling us that you made a decision who won this fight before the fight even started. Yet you have two rabid fan bases going at it. My fighter gonna win. Your fighter gonna win. My fighter gonna win. No, my fighter gonna win. They're going back at two rabid fan bases in a huge fight of this magnitude. Going back and forth. Pride on the line. Okay? The African American community, the Mexican community, their pride on the line. They proud to be where they from. The fighters from the community of Los Angeles, the community of Baltimore that support Ryan Garcia, support Gervonta Tank Davis. And yet you had a decision already predetermined before the fight even started. So all of that pride, all of that enthusiasm, all of that excitement, all of that adrenaline was actually for no reason, because the fight was already decided, people, before it even happened. So your favorite fighter was going to get duked either which way. And that's a crying shame. There's no place. Now drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all, man. Let me know what y'all think. This is disgusting. I'm gone. Peace.
Hi, my name is Heather the Heat Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.